Welcome to section 20.4 of metabolism. In this video, we'll focus on memorizing the details of pantothenic acid, which is also known as vitamin B5. Let's get started. This scene will take place on top of a hill as we look down on the contestants in a fierce race. You see the guy at the top right side of the image? Notice how he's hunched over and is panting like he's out of breath. This will be our symbol for pantothenic acid. So panting for pantothenic acid. What are the contestants racing for? This amazing trophy, of course. It's a gold star, just like the gold stars you used to get in elementary school. Notice how stars have 5 points. This is to help reinforce that pantothenic acid is vitamin B5. So 5-sided star for vitamin B5. This isn't just a race between the boys though. It's a co-ed race with girls and boys. That's why we've included this sign here that says co-ed. The co-ed sign represents that vitamin B5 is an essential component of coenzyme A, which is involved in acyl transfer reactions. So co-ed for coenzyme A. This guy at the top of the hill doesn't seem to care too much about the race. He's more interested in eating his bucket of chicken and fries. Also notice how he's a bit heavier than the guy running up the hill. The fatty food and the overweight man on the bench up here represents the enzyme fatty acid synthase. So pantothenic acid is also a cofactor for fatty acid synthase. All right, let's add another contestant to the race. This is a co-ed race, so we thought it would be a good idea to include a girl running. Notice that she's pretty quick, and unlike her competition, she doesn't appear to be panting or out of breath. Also notice that there are a bunch of cones placed on the hill to try and help the contestants stay in their lanes. The cones are shaped kind of like the adrenal glands, which sit on top of the kidneys. So in this image, the cones represent the adrenal glands. The cone that's being knocked over by the girl represents adrenal insufficiency. It's important to know that a pantothenic acid deficiency can cause adrenal insufficiency. So cone knocked over for adrenal insufficiency. As she bumps into the pointy end of the cone, she scrapes up her leg. Notice the red scrape by her knee? This represents dermatitis. This seems pretty fitting as dermatitis is simply inflammation of the skin. So this part of the scene should help you remember that a pantothenic acid deficiency results in dermatitis. Okay, now we have a third contestant in the race. He looks like he's in really bad shape. He's on his knees and might not make it to the finish line. Looks like the girl is going to win the race. Notice that this kid is bald. That's because a deficiency of pantothenic acid results in alopecia. So this bald guy represents alopecia. Yep, he's in really bad shape. Now he's puking all over the place. This must have been a brutal race. The vomit represents enteritis because vomiting is one of the symptoms of enteritis. A pantothenic acid deficiency can result in enteritis. So the vomit represents enteritis. All right, that should be everything you need to memorize about vitamin B5.